How's it going, guys? Winter Kills here. We're here with Mark, and he just went 4-0 with Dark Magician. So he's going to go ahead and run you guys through his deck list.
All right, so obviously Dark Magicians.
Yep.
Had to play three. Had to play three different types of arts here. No need to really fully explain that. Triple Magician's Rod. This card is so good. So basically, it's best normal summon in the deck. Normal summon the card. You get to add spell or trap from your hand to the deck. That lists Dark Magician. Good way to get cards like Eternal Soul, Dark Magical Circle. We'll showcase why those are important in a second. Triple Apprentice Illusion Magician. A lot of people might disagree with this card, but I think that the special summon on it is really, really good. So discard the fact you can get cards like Navigation or Soul Servant into the graveyard. Also, it's a free search of Dark Magician to trigger cards off like Eternal Soul and be able to pop off cards like Navigation if you draw it. Triple Magician Souls. Everybody, obviously this card's a big staple, even in Dark Magician decks. It's a pot of greed. Also, it's a good way to get Dark Magician to your graveyard or Dark Magician Girl. You don't want to draw Dark Magician Girl in this because it's a brick, but getting it to the graveyard and being able to trigger off Soul Servant's effect in the graveyard to draw two when you have Dark Magician on the field and Dark Magician Girl, it's just too good. Obviously, just piggybacking off of Dark Magician Girl, a lot of people might disagree with this as well, but I think the effect of Soul Servant in the graveyard to draw two, it's just too good. Drawing two cards every single turn. Magician of Dark Illusion. This is your fourth Dark Magician in the deck. So if you're able to trigger off cards like Magician Navigation, very rare, but you can have this be your second Dark Magician. Overlay into cards like Ebon Illusion Magician. Ebon Illusion Magician, will go over that later. Also, when this card is on the field, if you activate a spell or trap on the card, you can special summon Dark Magician from your graveyard and then be able to trigger off cards like Dark Magical Circle.
Nice.
Keeper of Dragon Magic. With cards like Dragoon coming out, this is actually a must-have in the deck. Being able to get cards like Polymerization to your hand, being able to reveal an extra deck monster in your graveyard, special summoning to your field face down to be able to trigger off your fusion spell cards.
Nice.
Oh man, y'all actually care, man.
Cards like these, no really further explain why this is really, really good.
Good
Generic hand trap. Very, very easy. Very, very still effective in today's metagame.
Yep, absolutely.
And this is just your standard engine card. No, not really, obviously a Dark Magician card, but with Dragoon coming out, this is obviously part of the engine.
Yep.
Dark Magical Circle.
Yes, time for Tuesday before you go, guys.
This is just the best card in the deck, I believe. Being able to special summon Dark Magician off of Eternal Soul, being able to pop one card in the field and banish it, very, very good. Especially with Eternal Soul being once per turn, being able to, as long as this card remains on the field, being able to get that Dark Magician back from the graveyard.
Nice.
Very, very nice.
We can see. It's kind of like a special game.
Soul Servant, this is everybody's most hated card because you can take any card that's this Dark Magician, spell or trap, and top deck it on the deck. If you have cards like Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician in the graveyard, immediately upon resolution, you can banish this card from the graveyard, draw two cards. Or, for example, if you have Dark Magical Circle on the card, and you reveal top three, you target one, maybe cards like Eternal Soul, add that to your hand. Now you know what the next two cards you draw, so you can trigger off Soul Servant in the graveyard, and you draw those. Secrets of Dark Magic, this is one standard fusion spell in the deck. I think it's really, really good in case you have Dark Magician Girl or Dark Magician on the field. So you have two Dark Magicians. You can swing for 5,000 or target over your opponent's monsters, activate this card from your hand, go into cards like the Dark Magicians, and swing for another 28. That's why I have that card. Magicalized Fusion. I like this card because, especially with Dragoon out, so say first turn you go into Anaconda, you Red Eyes Fusion to the graveyard, you have Dark Magician and Red Eyes in the graveyard. Next turn, you trigger off this card in your hand. You banish the Red Eyes and the Dark Magician, and you have your second
Dragoon.
Yep. Yeah. So that's why I run this card in the deck.
Very nice.
Yes. Just a Red Eyes Fusion. You play 4 fusions in this deck profile, so only one copy of this is necessary. I play this off of Anaconda when Anaconda comes out. Other fusion spells, you could go with the Dark Magicians. Polymerization. This is just an extra fusion spell in case you don't draw onto cards or you don't go into Anaconda. Say you do draw Red Eyes and Dark Magician in your hand, I mean, this is a good way to get this card, and plus it's targetable off a Keeper of Dragon Magic. Magician Navigation, again, a lot of people are going to disagree with this card, they think it's not that good. But again, I'd run 2 of it. I think it's two free bodies on the field. I like the effect in the graveyard. So say in the next turn after you use Navigation, get Dark Magicians or whatever spellcasters on the field, and you have Eternal Soul on the field, and someone says, oh, I'm going to Cosmic Cyclone the Eternal Soul. It's the biggest drawback card in the deck. You can banish this card from the graveyard and then negate the Cosmic Cyclone. So I run 2 of those just for that. Double Eternal Soul. I think Eternal Soul at 2 is very, it's effective. It's a good balance. I don't like it at 1, but since I don't want it at 3 because it's targetable off of cards like Rod, you can Soul Servant to top deck it to draw it. And since the deck has so much draw power, I think 2 is a very healthy balance to have it at 2 here. And here's a new card, Dark Deaths and Rivals. I think it's searchable off of Rod, and it's like the Dark Ruler for the Dark Magicians.
Oh yeah.
So
that just came out of the tins, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Nice.
That's correct. So I think a lot of people ask me why don't you run more. I mean, I think 1 copy is a healthy deck. I just wanted to keep the deck as close to 40 as possible.
Yeah.
So it's more consistent.
Gotcha.
All right, running off the last couple cards. Triple Infinite Impermanence. Again, it's just a really good hand trap, one of the best cards in the game right now.
Absolutely.
It's like your opponent's going first, and trying to trigger off certain effects that you think you don't want them to extend. Firing this card off. And
can't get hit with Fall By, and it doesn't enable Tactics Talent either.
Correct.
So very good hand trap.
And also, I run 2 goes in match. I think this card's really, really good. Say you go first, you set this card, and someone tries to extend, you try to go into Crystron Holocafabex, you flip over, goes in match. I mean, what is your opponent going to do?
Yeah.
So that combo's running around all over the locals and all over the meta. So I run 2 of this in the deck. Also cards like Dinos.
Yeah.
You try to go on the lights.
Yep.
I think it's just a really, really good card for the top tier decks.
Yeah, good floodgate for sure. Absolutely. All right, now we'll go into the extra deck.
Extra deck? Sure. I run 2 Allure of Darkness. I don't really like banishing the cards like Dark Magician Girl, but if you're in a sticky spot and you come into this card could come in clutch, especially late game, and you're not drawing into any of your pieces, any of your combos to trigger off cards like Dark Magical Circle. I think this is really, it's like an old threat card late game.
Okay.
2 Droll and Lockford. A lot of people have a lot of searches, a lot of decks that search, a lot of combos and extenders, and they try to search the deck. Just trying to halt your person, like cards like Invoked.
Yep.
I just think this is a really, really good card to add in there.
It's good against Infernoble as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
Lightning Storm.
Very good card.
Say your Dark Magician deck. Dark Magician is going first. Your opponent tries to make it you win. They have you go second.
Yep.
I think this is a good card to side in game 2 and 3.
Outbreak boards.
Correct. 2 Solemn Strike. A lot of people might say Solemn Judgment. So I just like this card. I think it's the best. You pay 1,500 life points and get monster effects. 2 Dark Rule No More. Again, I had Dust and Rivals. Some people say might swipe this out for a more Dark Magician related card, so it's searchable. I might do that in the future, but until I get more copies of it.
You would consider playing 3 eventually?
I would consider playing 3.
Okay, gotcha.
2 GD Crow. Very standard. Opponent tries to activate effect graveyard.
Yep.
Tosses at him, and it's the card with the effect. And
3 Nibiru.
3 Nibiru. I will never main deck this card. It's it will ruin the hope they have the balance of the deck. But obviously game 2 and 3 at your locals, siding this card in, especially decks like Emancipators.
Yeah.
Definitely with something going there.
Good board wipe card for sure.
Absolutely.
And then extra deck now.
Alright, so we got 1 Big Eye, Red Eyes, Draco Sack, and Ebon Illusion Magician. I think this card is actually really, really cool because now with the Dragoon, actually you might have a target in graveyard for it. So I think it'd be really nice. Ebon Illusion Magician, I think this is the best Exceed in the deck. Especially if you have Dark Magician in hand or if you have 1 copy left in the deck. You go into this, swing, summon Dark Magician, and you get another banish. So, and then if you get Dark Magician in the graveyard, you haven't triggered off Eternal Soul yet. So you also get another Dark Magician on the field, and you can go into another Exceed. These are the links. I think this is just a really healthy balance. Don't really go into the other cards as much, don't really see it. But obviously the two main cards here that I like to point out is Link Spider and Predator Antiverte Anaconda. This with Dragoon coming out, this is the best card on the extra deck, arguably. You have Dark Magician on the field. You can overlay if you don't have two effect monsters. You go into Link Spider. That way you can link two into Verte Anaconda.
Nice.
Don't really see these all come out in the deck much. Obviously, Excess Code Talker off of Celine, really good card.
Because you already got a lot of spellcasters in the deck anyways.
Correct,
so,
correct. So I see these the most in the match. Don't really see the need to go, but if I ever see an opportunity to go in and extend to get to the Link 4, I would. But these are the two cards in the deck that I see the most. 2 Dragoon.
2 Dragoon.
1 Dark Magicians and Dark Magician Knight. I would like to see this more in the deck. It protects your back row, and also with the Dragon Effect monster and the Keeper of Dragon Magic, you might see that more often. Obviously, with the Dragoon coming out, you want to see this on the board first turn as much as possible.
Best card.
Dark Magicians, I think this is a really good card. If the field gets blown up, you can special summon from Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl to get 2 more bodies in the field. Also, it's really good once per turn with a draw 1 effect. It's really good drawing to combo pieces. If you have like 1 or 2 cards in hand, it's a good way to get more cards in hand so you extend your plays.
Very nice. So
awesome.
Congrats on going undefeated with Dark Magician. I guess one question I'd ask is there anything you think you'd change with this deck going forward, or do you like how it is for now?
I like it how it is for now. Definitely am very open to running any engine, anything like that to make the deck better, obviously. But the way it is, I think it's pretty consistent. You run some test hands, you open up the combo pretty frequently. Any suggestions? You guys, please feel free to
guys,
offer.
leave some suggestions down in the comments.
Okay.
Congrats again, man. Thanks for the deck profile, and thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Of course, I want to give a huge shout out to my Divine Level channel members here on YouTube, Academic Thick, Travis Harris, and Zorz. Thank you guys so much for continuing to generously support the channel.